Here for another episode then, guys, of The Martial View, and this time I'm very lucky to be joined by Mark Stas, who is founder of the Wing Flow system. He's been involved in the movies as well, has got a great background in martial arts, so I'm really looking forward to chatting to him. Thank you, Mark, for coming on so much.
Many thanks, Dan. So it's a pleasure to meet you and to speak with you.
For sure, you too. You were just telling me you are in Belgium at the moment. What an amazing place to be, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm very lucky to be in the southern part of Belgium, where there is a lot of nature, and we have many days with a lot of sun,
Yeah.
and it's amazing. Simply, whoa. For me to be in the nature, to enjoy the calmness, and although it's the COVID, so we are really restricted,
Yeah.
but already to see the environment and to enjoy it and to walk a lot alone, I would say it's yeah,
Get
really
those
fantastic.
vitamin D levels up.
Yeah. We need it.
Awesome.
We need it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely. So, as we've said, like you're the founder of your own system, the Wing Flow system. You've been involved in movies for quite a while now. Obviously, English Dogs in Bangkok, which is now available on Prime. That I watched the other day. Great movie, awesome action scenes. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
How did it all begin for you then? So you're originally from South Korea, yeah, but also
Yeah,
have Belgian nationality.
yeah. So I've Belgian nationality. I was adopted when I was 4 years old, and since I would say I'm a really European citizen.
Okay. Yeah.
And in martial arts, it started very early. I was interested in martial arts since I think I was a kid. So it's really difficult to say this is the milestone that gave me the boost. I cannot say that, but of course the influence of Bruce Lee,
Yeah.
television made that it was more accessible, and also books from the local library. And since then, I never stopped training, and it's really a passion in my life.
What do you think it
Martial
was that first kind of gripped you about it then? You said obviously like the popular culture of the TVs and the movies and things, but you're also reading books. So, that's for quite a young person, and then being involved in the books and martial arts books. It's a different way of approaching it, maybe.
It's very strange because I still remember the first book that I bought. It was in another language because my mother tongue is Flemish, so it's
Okay.
kind of like Dutch.
Yeah.
And the first book that I got that I could buy was in French. But when I was younger, I didn't speak French. So I remember I was reading and I had a big dictionary, French, Dutch. And
Yeah.
then I was trying to translate every single word. I still have this book, and
Wow.
writing, yeah, I was really motivated to learn, to understand, and this passion to read, to understand was very early there. So I love it because it's to be able to study, to learn, to appreciate reading. It's to me really a gift because not everyone likes reading.
Yeah.
But at that time, internet was not very famous. We didn't have a computer, and the only thing was television and reading books. And yeah, I could say that I could really enjoy the reading and train also because it was merely only martial arts book that I really wanted to have and to study. And yeah, it's from that period that I started to study, that I appreciated to write and to learn from books also.
That's incredible though, so that you were that motivated to read martial arts
Yeah,
books that you kind of read one bit and then translated it, each word. That's crazy. That must have
yeah,
taken you
yeah,
so
yeah.
long. Have you always been as motivated for
Yeah.
things as that, or was it martial arts that gripped you, or are you quite a motivated personality anyway?
When I love something, then I'm really like determined and I go 100% for it. But
Yeah.
martial arts was always a part in my life that was like a passion. So when you are a kid, you like something, but you don't think about a passion. You don't think about the how it can grow and evolve. But at that time already, it was like training alone because I could not join a martial arts school, and I was very happy in my small room reading, training. And I remember I had only one small image of Bruce Lee. It was like this, not bigger than that,
Yeah.
and I had it in front of me, and I was training. So, I think when you are a child that's really motivated and passionate, you don't see it doesn't need to be always the biggest thing,
Yeah.
not the most expensive thing, because I remember I had nothing to train. I didn't have equipment. But I think when, as a child, you can enjoy these moments to train and to learn, then you are on a good path to evolve, no matter if you don't have equipment, a partner, etc. So I think this is also one of the keystones that helped me to train and evolve alone. So this
Yeah.
is, I think, a big thing in my life.
Amazing. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
What was your first experience like then of actually a formal setting of a martial arts class then? So yeah, a proper martial arts class maybe.
Yeah, it was in the karate Shotokan style,
Okay.
and I still remember. So I went there, white belt, of course, and I was like, because I was already reading books about karate, and then I could do the positions and techniques. So for me, it was like, finally, I can join a school. I can practice in an official martial arts school, and I was really, yeah, dedicated. Yeah, as a child, it was like, wow, and this was really a passion. Although that I don't practice anymore karate,
Yeah.
but when I started it, it was like only karate exists like
Yeah.
this, only this. And then I was really determined. I trained like obsessed, I would say, and it started like this. And oh, yeah, very very good periods when I think about it. And I think, yeah, my childhood is like all what all children can have. You have good times, bad times,
Yeah.
but this period of martial arts gave me a real, yeah. Um, I don't find it anymore now, because we grow older, we have other ideas, we see things differently. But as a kid, I was always very happy to be able to train. So it was, yeah, it's a joy in life.
Amazing. Yeah. So you started with karate and then you kind
Yeah.
of started cross training a little bit. Yeah. So you did a bit of taekwondo, is that correct? And then some grappling stuff and kind of mixed in different arts maybe to your repertoire.
Yeah, so the formal training was more in karate, many years. Then I switched to taekwondo because I loved kicking,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
there was a taekwondo school a little bit further. So, but I could join because I was a little bit older. And when I stopped taekwondo, because I studied physiotherapy, so I moved to another city, in a university city, where I had to do my last year. And so I didn't have occasion to study anymore taekwondo in Halle, in the city where I learned it. And from there, I tried to train and to learn different aspects, like boxing. There
Yeah.
are grappling aspects, etc. So and to mix it in a certain way. And I was already teaching privately, and it started then like broaden the knowledge of not only karate or taekwondo, but I tasted a little bit of Bruce Lee's Jun Fan a
Okay.
few months, and
Yeah.
then
Did you kind of follow the Bruce Lee path then, I suppose,
not
of
long, not
taking stuff,
long.
of
Yeah,
taking lots of different things and expanding and like adding what's your own and then taking your own bits, discarding the other bits, etc.
I think that almost all instructors do that, because a
Yeah.
lot of people, they say, yeah, I do a traditional style, but you see that actually many different martial arts have also techniques from other styles that they
Yeah.
didn't do 20 years ago or 30 years ago.
For sure.
So to me, it's not bad, because when people tell me I do traditional Wing Chun, I do traditional this and that, I don't dare too much to criticize, because it's logic that every person that practices martial art thinks this is the best. Nothing else is better. It's a
Sure.
human thing.
Yeah.
But what to me, it's a little bit like, okay, the eyes will come open at a certain moment when you practice a martial art, and especially nowadays you have internet, you have so much possibilities to learn
Yeah.
without going to a real martial arts school.
Yeah.
And I think this influence to be able to study new martial arts techniques outside your martial art broaden the vision of what you can do. You can experience different techniques. And of course, there is a personal taste, what you like.
Yeah.
No, so someone who likes boxing, he will say to me, Wing Chun is not what I like. So there is a personal taste, but many masters and instructors, they will automatically be influenced by other types of martial arts
Yeah.
and
Yeah, for sure.
personalized more or less,
Yeah,
so
for sure. At the end of the day, we've got two legs, two hands, and a head. Like, there's only a certain amount of possibilities. It's just where you put your focus, I suppose. A boxer will obviously focus on the range and the striking and things like that. Add something else you like kicking, add something else you like grappling. It's just the way the body works for sure. Awesome. So Wing Chun then, when did you find the Wing Chun and what was it that kind of sparked that interest and that passion and love for Wing Chun? Because that's mainly what you're known for now.
yeah. So I lived in the university city in Leuven, is the Flemish university in Belgium, one of the most famous. And I was already teaching. I tasted a little bit of the Jun Fan method of Bruce Lee, and then I read an article about Wing Chun. So, and I thought, oh, Wing Chun. I didn't know. I read, of course, books, and I knew that Bruce Lee studied Wing Chun,
Yeah.
but there was no school in the area. So I didn't know that it would exist in Belgium at that time. So I read an article. The principles were like, wow, so about yin and yang, simultaneous, chisao, so the sensitivity aspect. And I said, wow. So it was very well written. And then I knew that of this style, because in the Wing Chun you have different lineages. So the lineage that I studied, but I was also reading from it, was from Leung Ting. So you have William Chung, Victor Kan, many different grandmasters. And the article that I was reading was about the system of Leung Ting. And this system is in Germany at that time, was the biggest country, the most schools. I think at that time in the 90s, it had more than 2,500 schools,
Wow.
only in the German speaking countries. And Belgium is close to the border of Germany.
Yeah.
And at that time, there was one very famous Wing Chun instructor, very close to the border, but I didn't have a car. So, and I remember taking the train, going there. I didn't have a phone, so I could not call him. And I was there, and I saw one of the best Wing Chun instructors, Salih Afci. He's a German guy from Turkish nationality, and yeah, as me, not big, very sympathetic, and he's the one who showed me the Wing Chun. So he took time to explain me what is Wing Chun, um, how it looked like. He presented it with a big guy. He did sensitivity exercises. So at that time, I was very good on long range and visual
Yeah.
in reactions, because I trained a lot, and he did close range, longer range, and he showed a little bit the sensitivity aspect of the close range system. And this, I thought, I was reading about that. I said, this is fascinating, but I could not imagine how it is. And he was the first who explained me the Wing Chun system in detail. And from that moment to me, till today, it's the concept and the theory, it's perfect, because it's a little bit like you have the balance between soft and hard,
Mm-hmm.
and you will always use one of both mixed, so there is no failure. So when there is too much power, you will absorb it, redirect it. You have techniques to counter, really, like this simultaneity, etc. And he showed me all these aspects more in detail. And for this, I'm really grateful, because of course, I don't practice anymore traditional Wing Chun since
Yeah.
many years. But he was the first person who gave me really this wow effect of martial arts, and especially Wing Chun. So I don't know if he still remembers me, but I still remember this period where I was like, wow, shocked, and shocked in a positive way.
Yeah. Just want the knowledge. Give me it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful feeling, because then we all do things. If it's not martial arts, something else, and we have hobbies, or we have a passion. But remember, when you discover something, and it's like a child that discovers Santa Claus, opens a package, and wow, this is this effect. And I always remember when I was there, he showed me, and it was like
Yeah.
an insight, like, wow, really happy to discover something. And that's why it was not only I could see Wing Chun, but it was together with a sensation of happiness. you
Yeah.
know. And this whole effect that I got into the martial arts and seeing and experiencing something, it's till today, yeah, it stays the martial art that I love. Yeah, although I do Wing Flow system, but to me Wing Flow system, it's like the tree of Wing Chun Wing Flow system. So there is, to me,
Yeah.
not much differences in the concept.
Yeah.
It's different in the expression, but the whole concept is based on my experience in Wing Chun. And that's why it's this person. I got many very good instructors, they guided me, but the first one who gave me really this boost of Wing Chun, and this is Wing Chun, and I explain you, I take time to let you discover. It's amazing. So I till today, after 26 years of discovering, to me it's like I still remember the day when I was there. So
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. How did that evolution come about then from doing Wing Chun and then, developing your own system of Wing Flow, and how did that evolution and that process um yeah,
Yeah.
happen?
The evolution is there was already a part that slowly went into this direction without naming it,
Yeah.
without creating it. So already, because I came from a more classical Wing Chun style, very detailed, rigid, and I practiced it like wow. But then slowly, because I got different teachers who expressed themselves differently, so I joined one of these teachers, and I was more discovering other aspects of how to use the body, and I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot, you
Yeah.
know. So there I deviated already from the classical Wing Chun what I studied before, and it was like a derivation like
Yeah.
this. And then, due to circumstances, unfortunately, I didn't get along anymore with the founder of that federation, and I cut the. Yeah, okay, so I didn't want to join anymore,
Yeah.
because to me, when we practice martial arts, first of all, it's already not an easy path. You know,
Yeah.
so you invest a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot
Yeah.
of energy, and when there is done so much stress about politics and other things, then
Yeah.
at a certain moment I say, no, this is not what I want. You know, so I don't go away to create the same thing. I don't go away to have more money. This is, to me, it's secondary. This is not the most important thing. But when I make a decision to go away from a federation, it's because it's a feeling and how I feel within a federation with my martial arts vision. And this is why I quit. And then I stood alone. So I thought, oof, suddenly, because I was always in federations when I was a kid. I was in a karate federation, then I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
in a taekwondo federation, Wing Chun, one of the most, yeah, the biggest professional organization, Wing Chun EWTO in Germany. And then suddenly, oof, alone. And then I was thinking, I said, okay, what I want to do is I want to continue to train and to develop what I can do, you know, and how I want to express it. Because I think when you are in a federation where everything is like rigid,
Yeah, for sure.
you cannot do this, you cannot do that, it's your fault, this, that, then at a certain moment you break out and
Yeah.
you want to experience yourself, what you can do and how you can develop. And
Yeah, it's
this
expression.
yeah, and this is, I think it helped me to create Wing Flow system, of course, because when I quit, it was not to say I will create something. It was like it's not possible to develop myself into this area. So when I quit, then I said, and now, and then slowly I started to think, because people wanted to follow me, that I said, okay, this is not my purpose, but I will do it, and I will create programs, and I will create a name, not Wing Chun, but of course a little bit in the style of Wing Chun.
Sure.
And because I loved a lot the flow, how the movements can go, switching from left, right, high, low, etc. So I thought, okay, the flow aspect is to me very important. I don't want aggressive name. I don't want something that's like brutal thing. I want something with a sense to me. And then, of course, Swing Flow System was created, and then it continued into this evolution. The advantage is that because I created it, I can put techniques and the way of expressing it how I like, because I did it myself. So this is
Sure.
a main advantage, but it's not always so easy. If you want something standardized, then you need also something more rigid at a
Yeah.
certain way.
How would you characterize the wing flow system then? How would you describe it to someone?
Yeah, wing flow system, I would say, first of all, as a martial art, it's something that it's not bound. Although that I have, of course, techniques and a concept of how techniques can be linked, etc.
Yeah.
This is a tool. So every instructor or student will learn different techniques, different kinds of strategies, how to link it, how to counter it. But to me, wing flow system, it's a general name where the practitioner needs to learn something, have a very good base, a very good, how would I say, development of techniques, mental. But wing flow system, in the end, it's more like it's a little bit like a bird. A bird starts to learn to fly, and then at a certain moment will
Off
go
they
on
go.
its own.
Yeah.
And this is a little bit my idea.
Excuse me.
Uh, and God bless you. And this is to me, wing flow system as a system. It's you learn something till a certain degree, and from there you will have your own expression,
Yeah.
because all founders, they had a traditional training and they developed their own thing.
Yeah.
So it's logic. What I did is the same. I got traditional educations in martial arts. I followed traditional paths, but finally I create something that fits to me. And that's why, to me, wing flow system, it's the same for all. If someone studies many years wing flow system, but gets till the end, at a certain moment, it ends. To me, wing flow system teaching ends, and then this person will express it in his own way. What concerning techniques, of course, there is a curriculum. There are techniques for different levels: basic level, intermediate, or advanced core levels. There is two superior levels. So there are techniques that you need to learn. You will learn how to defend, why this defense we use and not another one. We link it on different distances. There is, of course, sensitivity and visual reactions. So in the curriculum, it's all round, more specialized into the hitting and punching and kicking
Yeah.
with the body. And but very important in flow system is the control. So we learn a lot of techniques, but to me, someone who is highly skilled in flow system is someone who can use power, touch you, but control the touching part. So he can touch you, but choose if it's 10%, 50%, till 100%. So this is to me very important. So finally, wing flow system, it's a combative martial art, but one of the most important aspects is control of the person. If
Mm.
you don't want to harm your partner, you need to learn to control the movements. And
Yeah,
this is
sure.
very important.
Amazing. Yeah, it sounds really cool. And obviously you've now taken that into the movie industry. So showing your stuff on the big screen, how did that all begin for you? How did you get involved in the movies?
I got very lucky. So 4 or 5 years ago, my videos became very famous on internet, and social media discovered what I did. And there was one person, famous, an actor, Ron Smorenberg,
Yep.
and he played with Jackie Chan, with Jet Li. Not he told me the only person with whom I never filmed is Jet Li, but all the others like Donnie Yen, Michael J. White, Scott Atkins, Steven Seagal, etc. He played with all of them.
Cool, yeah.
He discovered me, so he saw videos from me, and then he contacted me and he said, Mark, you need to play in movies. You have a very a style that's really attractive. You have a lot of charisma, and I can see you well in movies.
Yeah.
And only 1 year later, I accepted to meet him in Thailand, and then it started like that. So initially, it was not to play in movies. It was just to meet him, to speak, and a little bit training. And when he saw what I did, he said, Mark, it's incredible. And at that moment, there were two producers that were also located in Bangkok.
Yeah.
And one of them was a producer of English Dogs in Bangkok,
Yeah.
and the other one of another movie, Haphazard. And I met both of them, and they were still filming the movie. And when they saw what I did, they wanted me in their movie. So I got really lucky to be able to play in these two movies. One as an inspector, in the other one as a killer. So the two
Yeah,
opposites.
the two ones there.
Yeah,
Flip side of the coin.
yeah. And like this, it started like that. Huh? So
How did you find it easy to adapt to like on-screen fighting as opposed to, doing it for combatives or doing it as a martial art to then translating it to on the screen?
one part, yes, because the advantage is that I control very well my movements, so I can touch you without harming you. This is one thing that I can do, or go full speed. So I didn't had to take a lot of time to learn this part. But what is more difficult is I had to adjust my movement so that it's more visible. It
Yes.
cannot be too quick. It has to be a little bit bigger, and then also you still need to do the same movement. So the difficulty is that when you have a situation, then you need always to do the same thing. When there is a change, you still need to do what you have to do. This is
Yeah.
for me was more difficult because I'm more like an instinctive person. So when I have to defend myself, or there is a session where the movements are free, then I adapt.
Adapt
And
to it. Yeah, yeah.
more, yeah, this is more my way of expressing in martial arts. But in movies, you cannot do that. In
Mm.
movies, it's like A, B, C, D, E, and don't do A, C, because you feel it. So this I cannot do. I had it one time, and my partner Ron said, "Hey, Mark, you did something else before." But I said, "But you did a little bit. The line of your attack was a little bit different." So I adapted automatically, and this I learned that you cannot do that, because if not, it doesn't fit anymore,
No.
and with the angles. But else, difficulties. Yeah, you really need to be like this detail, and one fight scene you repeat it many times. I was lucky to have a very good professional partner. So Ron, who is amazing in movies. Without him, I would not be good on screen, I would
You kind of
say.
show you the ropes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing. Where did it go from there then? So up until kind of now, I suppose, and future projects that you'd like to get involved with. Obviously, COVID's kind of put a halt on a lot of things at the moment, but when everything's back to normal, I know English Dogs 2's coming out soon, or it's being filmed soon and stuff. So you being involved in that as well?
There are some projects. So actually, I'm filming Borrowed Time 3,
Okay.
which is still ongoing, and it's a movie that's produced by Alan Delaby, who is an award-winning actor, and also co-produced by an American producer and director, David Ward,
Oh,
who directed Bloodsport and Kickboxer.
cool.
So
Yeah, yeah.
very famous. Yeah. So he's the one who is also a co-producer of this Borrowed Time 3. This is actually ongoing, and there I play also another inspector as
Okay. Yeah.
and there are two other projects, but yeah, I still have to wait till the COVID time is over, and because I don't have all the details. English Dogs in Bangkok 2 is also in preparation, and normally I will be part of it, but I don't know more details.
Yeah.
So of course, it's fantastic to be able to play in movies, because I can link martial arts with
Yeah.
the world of the movies. And if you have a good script, when you have a good character, then this is it's a great thing, because for example, in the actual movie Borrow Time 3, I do a lot of acting. So I do one fight scene, I do a little bit wing flow system in it,
Yeah.
but I have a lot more text to learn to do. And this is interesting. If you have a good character to play, then this makes, yeah, it makes more interesting.
Yeah, you can get your teeth into it, and it gives you another skill set as well, I suppose, if you've got to
Yeah,
learn the acting side of it as well as the action side of it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Mark, for coming on and speaking to us. Definitely check out English Dogs in Bangkok, #2 when it comes out as well, and any other future projects. Go and check out Mark's wing flow system as well. And yeah, just thank you so much for coming on.
Then many thanks for the interview.
No,
Many thanks. It was
you're
a
more than
pleasure.
welcome. Okay, thank you, Mark. Take care.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.